You are standing in front of two massive, ancient iron gates that reach high toward the twilight sky. These gates are decorated with incredibly detailed metal leaves and heavy vines that look so realistic they seem to move in the gentle breeze. The sun is slowly setting behind the distant, rolling hills, painting the entire sky in soft, glowing shades of peach, lavender, and dusty rose. Beyond these gates lies the Botanical Garden of Dreams, a legendary place where the air is always at the perfect temperature, and the world is wrapped in a thick blanket of quiet. You reach out and touch the cool, dark metal of the gate with your palm. As you push, it opens slowly and smoothly, making a low, musical sound that echoes softly through the trees. As you step inside, the noise of the outside world, the cars, the voices, and the busy sounds of life, completely disappears. It is as if you have entered a different dimension where stress cannot follow you. You are now in a true sanctuary of nature. The path beneath your feet is made of soft, crushed stones that feel stable yet cushioned, making a gentle, rhythmic crunch with every single step you take. The air here is heavy and sweet, filled with the combined scent of 1,000 different exotic flowers. You breathe in deeply, feeling the fresh, cool air fill your lungs and clear your mind of any busy thoughts. There is absolutely no hurry here. The garden exists outside of time and does not follow the rules of the clock. You feel a deep permission to let go of your entire day. You are a special guest of the ancient trees, and they welcome you with their silent presence. You walk forward, guided by the fading golden light, feeling the heavy weight of the world lifting off your shoulders. The path leads you away from the gates and into a magnificent, long avenue lined with ancient oak trees. These giants are hundreds of years old, and their massive branches reach out toward each other to form a natural tunnel of thick green leaves high above your head. The trunks are wide and powerful, covered in layers of soft, silver-green moss that looks like velvet in the twilight. You stop for a moment and place your hand firmly on the bark of one of the trees. It feels warm and stable, like the hand of an old friend who has known you forever. High above, the leaves whisper softly to each other as a light breeze moves through the high canopy. They seem to be sharing stories of the many centuries they have stood here in perfect peace, watching the seasons change. The light of the setting sun filters through the moving leaves, creating a hypnotic pattern of gold and deep shadow on the path in front of you. It is like walking through a living, breathing painting. You feel protected and hidden by these wooden giants. They are so strong and so absolutely calm that your own body begins to mirror their stillness. The oak trees show you the beauty of patience. They do not worry about the coming wind or the rain. They simply exist and grow in the present moment. You match your walking pace to the slow, ancient rhythm of the forest. Your mind begins to feel as solid and quiet as the wood of the trees. You are safe under their heavy branches, and your journey into relaxation is becoming deeper with every massive tree you pass. You turn away from the oaks and onto a smaller, narrower path lined entirely with rows of lavender. The purple flowers are in full, heavy bloom, swaying gently as you walk slowly past them. The scent of lavender is world famous for its ability to relax the human mind, and here in the garden, it is concentrated, fresh, and perfectly pure. It is a clean, herbal aroma that reaches deep into your brain to wash away any remaining stress or tension. You reach out your hands and let your fingertips brush lightly against the tops of the purple flowers. They feel soft, cool, and slightly dry to the touch. You imagine that each tiny flower is pulling a little bit of stress out of your body and into the earth below. The path is long and winding, disappearing into the dark shadows of the evening. You find great comfort in the repetitive sight of the purple rose against the soft, dark green grass. The sky above is slowly transforming into a deeper shade of violet, almost matching the color of the lavender at your feet. You feel as though you are walking through a beautiful dream already. The sharp lines of reality are becoming blurry and gentle as the light fades. The lavender path is like a bridge between the busy, bright day and the soft, dark world of sleep. You follow it with a slow heart and a quiet spirit, enjoying the purple haze that surrounds you. Everything is becoming simpler, quieter, and more peaceful. You are walking toward the heart of the garden, guided by the sweet, calming breath of the lavender flowers. At the end of the purple lavender path stands a magnificent, tall greenhouse made entirely of clear glass and elegant white iron. It looks like a giant, glowing crystal resting in the middle of the garden. The glass captures the very last light of the sun, glowing with an inner light like a giant opal. You walk toward the doors, which open silently to welcome you inside. As you step in, the atmosphere changes instantly. The air is warm, still, and humid. It feels like being wrapped in a large, gentle hug. The greenhouse is a sanctuary for tropical plants from all over the world. There are giant ferns with emerald leaves as soft as silk and exotic orchids with colors you have never seen before. You hear the rhythmic sound of water dripping slowly from a large, waxy leaf into a small stone pool below. Plop, plop, plop. It is a steady, repetitive, and peaceful sound that helps you focus on the now. The warmth of the greenhouse makes your muscles feel loose, heavy, and relaxed. It is a tropical paradise hidden away from the cool evening air. You find a comfortable wooden bench nestled between several large, spreading palms. You sit down for a while, looking up through the glass roof at the first bright stars of the night. You feel like you are inside a giant bubble of peace, protected from the rest of the universe. The plants are breathing quietly all around you, releasing fresh oxygen and life into the warm air. You are surrounded by growth and life. Yet everything is beautifully still. Your breath slows down naturally to match the slow, steady breathing of the forest under the glass roof. You leave the warmth of the greenhouse and find yourself standing at the edge of a large, circular pond. The water is dark, deep, and completely still, acting as a flawless mirror for the rising silver moon. Floating on the surface are hundreds of large, white water lilies. In the moonlight, they look like glowing stars that have decided to rest on the water for the night. Each flower sits on a large, round green lily pad that acts as a steady bed to keep the blossoms safe. You watch the water very closely. There is not a single ripple or movement on the surface. It is the most still water you have ever seen. You imagine that your own mind is exactly like this pond. All the noise and activity of the day has settled quietly at the bottom, and the surface of your thoughts is now perfectly flat, quiet, and reflective. You feel a sense of profound clarity. There is no conflict or movement here, only the dark water, the white lilies, and the silent moon above. You take a very slow, deep breath, imagining the coolness of the water entering your body. You feel heavy, as if your limbs were made of the same calm, dark water as the pond. You are sinking into a state of deep, peaceful meditation. The water lilies are an ancient symbol of rest, and you can feel their peaceful energy becoming your own. You stay by the water until your mind feels as clear and still as the moon's reflection. You are ready to move deeper into the night. The path leads you away from the water and into the formal rose garden. Even though the sun has been gone for a long time, the white and yellow roses seem to have their own inner light, glowing softly in the dark. The scent here is different. It is deep, rich, and very elegant. The roses are planted in perfect, concentric circles, creating a strong sense of harmony and order. You walk slowly through the center of the garden, feeling the incredible softness of the midnight air on your skin. The thorns are hidden in the shadows, and only the beauty of the soft petals remains visible to you. You think about the English word, bloom. These flowers have reached their perfect state, and now they are simply resting and sharing their scent with the night. You feel that you have also reached a state of completion for your day. You have done enough. You have thought enough. You don't need to achieve anything else tonight. You can just be like a rose, quiet, beautiful, and still. The silence of the roses is powerful and heavy. It fills the space around you and makes your footsteps feel even lighter than before. You feel as though you are walking through a sea of silk petals, and your heart feels as light as a single leaf drifting slowly toward the ground. The rose garden is a place of deep, regal rest, and you are its honored guest. You breathe in the rich perfume and let it settle in your mind. You reach a small, arched bridge made of smooth white stone that crosses a tiny, bubbling stream. In this garden, it is called the Bridge of Sighs, because here you can finally let out all your breath and let go. You stop at the highest point of the bridge and lean your arms on the cool stone railing. Below you, the clear water moves over smooth, dark pebbles, making a musical and constant sound. It is a soft noise that never changes its pace. You imagine the water carrying away all your remaining responsibilities and worries. One by one, they fall into the stream and flow away into the darkness. You take a long, deep, and honest sigh. You feel your chest relax and your shoulders drop an inch lower. You are letting go of the need to be productive. You are letting go of the need to be awake. The stone bridge is strong and supports your weight completely. You stay there for a long time, listening to the water and feeling the cool, refreshing breeze on your face. You are halfway through your journey, and you are more relaxed than you have been in many years. The bridge is a solid, quiet point of rest between the garden of the past and the garden of the future. You feel the strength of the stone beneath you and the movement of the water below you, and both bring you peace. On the other side of the stone bridge, the garden opens up into a wide, endless meadow of tall, wild grass. The grass reaches your waist and is filled with tiny white flowers that look like tiny stars in the dark. The wind moves through the meadow, creating waves in the grass that look like the movements of the ocean. You walk into the meadow, feeling the soft blades of grass brush gently against your hands as you move. It is a very grounding and natural sensation. The grass is flexible. It moves with the wind instead of fighting against it. You think about how important it is to be flexible and to move with the flow of life. You feel the solid earth beneath your feet, ancient and eternal. The meadow is a place of total freedom. There are no walls here, only the infinite dark sky and the soft, breathing earth. You feel a sense of massive space in your mind. Your thoughts are no longer crowded together. They are spread out like the wild flowers, quiet and far apart. You are drifting through the grass, moving toward the center of the field where the silence is the deepest. The vastness of the sky makes you feel small in a very peaceful way, as if you are a tiny but important part of a very large and quiet universe. You are at home in the open space. In the very center of the wide meadow stands a giant, lonely weeping willow tree. Its long, thin branches hang all the way down to the ground, creating a natural tent of moving green curtains. You part the branches with your hands to step inside the circle. In this space, the world feels even more private and quiet. It is a secret room made of leaves and shadows. The ground is covered in a soft carpet of old leaves and clover. You sit at the base of the wide trunk and lean your back against the solid wood. The branches move slightly in the wind, making a soft, shushing sound. It sounds like the tree itself is telling you to go to sleep. Shh, shh. You feel completely hidden and protected from the rest of the world. No one can see you here in your green room. It is just you and the ancient tree. The willow is like a protective mother, holding you in her green arms. You feel a heavy wave of sleepiness wash over your body. The rhythm of the branches is so steady and so calm that your eyes begin to close. You are safe in your secret tent. The outside world is now just a distant memory, and the only thing that matters is the soft, rhythmic rustle of the leaves above your head. You feel your heartbeat slowing down to match the pace of the tree. You leave the willow tree and enter a cooler, darker part of the garden where the ancient ferns grow. The ferns are plants that love the shade and the night. Their leaves are delicate and intricate, like green lace made by nature. This part of the garden is filled with deep, velvet shadows and soft, damp earth. The air smells like fresh moss and soft rain. You walk slowly, enjoying the cool air on your skin. The ferns do not need the bright sun to be beautiful. They thrive and grow in the darkness. You realize that the night is also a place where things can find their own peace and beauty. Your mind is like a fern garden right now, dark, quiet, and full of soft, gentle textures. You are not afraid of the shadows. They are comfortable and soft, like velvet blankets wrapped around you. You feel the hush of the garden. The word hush is more than just a lack of noise. It is a silence that feels respectful and holy. You move through the shadows, feeling more and more disconnected from your physical body. You are becoming part of the shadows yourself, moving into a world where light is no longer needed. Everything is soft, everything is dark, and everything is perfectly still. You find a circular area where flowers are planted in the shape of a giant, living clock. But this special clock does not measure minutes or hours with metal hands. It measures the natural opening and closing of flowers. Some flowers open only at night to see the moon, while others close their petals tightly to sleep. You look at the midnight section of the clock and see the night-blooming jasmine. Its white petals are wide open, releasing a powerful and relaxing scent into the midnight air. This clock tells you that it is exactly the right time to be tired. Nature has its own perfect schedule, and right now, every single part of the garden is telling you that it is time to rest. You don't need to look at a real clock ever again today. The only time that matters is the now. And now is the time for stillness and peace. You watch a nearby flower slowly fold its petals together, and you feel your own mind folding its thoughts in the same way. You are in perfect harmony with the natural rhythm of the earth. You are ready to close your own petals and wait for the morning in a deep, dreamless sleep. The garden is your clock, and it says it is time for rest. In the very center of the garden stands a beautiful, white marble statue. It is a figure with closed eyes and a single finger held gently to its lips. This is the statue of silence. The marble is smooth, cold, and white, glowing softly in the moonlight. You stand before it and realize you have no more words left to say. You have used all your words for today, and now you can simply be silent with the statue. The statue represents the beauty of an empty, peaceful mind. You imagine that your thoughts are like birds that have all flown away for the winter, leaving the sky of your mind empty, vast, and blue. The silence is not lonely, it is full of deep peace. You feel a deep respect for the silence. It is a space where you can finally hear your own slow heart beating in your chest. Lube-dub. Lube-dub. You feel a sense of profound serenity. This beautiful word means a peace so deep that nothing in the world can disturb it. You are serene. You are silent. You are still. The moon watches over you and the statue in perfect, quiet agreement. You are exactly where you belong. Near the statue, you find a small, raised mound covered in the thickest, softest green moss you have ever seen. It looks like a living mattress made of millions of tiny emeralds. You approach it and touch it with your hand. It is incredibly soft, like a mix of fine silk and a natural sponge. You decide that this is the place where you will finally rest your body. You lie down on the moss, and it feels even better than a real bed. It shapes itself perfectly to your body, supporting your back, your neck, and your head. You feel the coolness of the earth beneath the moss, but the moss itself is warm, dry, and soft. You look up at the sky, which is now a deep, infinite black, filled with millions of sparkling stars that seem to pulse with light. You feel like you are lying directly on the heart of the earth. The moss is a living blanket that holds you. You feel completely grounded and safe. The gravity of the earth is pulling you down gently, inviting you to stay here and rest. You are a part of the ground, a part of the garden, and a part of the night. There is no separation between you and the nature around you. As you lie on the moss, you begin to hear the subtle music of the night. It is not loud music, but a symphony of very small, natural sounds. You hear the distant soft hoo-hoo of an owl in the oak trees. You hear the soft, occasional rustle of a small animal moving through the grass. You hear the wind moving through the high, delicate branches of the willow. All these sounds are part of a perfect, natural harmony. They do not disturb your rest. They make the silence feel even deeper and more meaningful. You think about the simple English words you have experienced on this journey: oak, lavender, glass, water, moss, silence. They are no longer just words. They are now sounds that float through your mind like soft, white clouds. You are no longer thinking or analyzing. You are just hearing and feeling. The night is a beautiful composition, and you are the very last note of the song. The music is becoming quieter and quieter, fading into a single, low vibration that moves through your whole body. You are ready to disappear into the beautiful music of the night. You are part of the song now. The garden is now completely dark, and every muscle in your body is completely relaxed. The iron gates where you started are far away, and the noisy, busy outside world does not exist for you anymore. There is only the soft moss, the bright stars, and the perfect, heavy silence. You feel your breath becoming very shallow, very regular, and very easy. You are no longer a traveler. You are a part of the garden itself. You are as light as a fallen leaf, as clear as a drop of water. You are floating in a vast sea of peace. The English language is slowly fading away from your mind, leaving only a feeling of absolute safety, warmth, and love. You are falling into a dream of white lilies, purple lavender, and ancient oaks. The garden is watching over you, and the giant trees are standing guard over your sleep. There is nothing to fear in the darkness. There is nothing you need to do or think about. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. You have reached the center of the dream. Sleep now. Deep, beautiful, restorative sleep. The garden is quiet. The world is quiet. You are quiet. Good night.